has there been anything that you guys have kind of consistently seen, or just has been a challenge, for builders for certain parts to either get, or certain parts that you guys do a really good job of making sure you have? So for a builder that's trying to find XYZ part, you are kind of the guys that'll definitely have it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a lot I could talk about in that question. There's a lot to it. I think anybody who's done a conversion before sees a ton of value in what we bring, because there's like 60 different components from multiple, like probably close to 24 manufacturers that you got to source parts from to just
Right.
get like a working kit. And then on top of that, now you've got supply chain delays. And I mean, we've seen so many things impacting supply chain. I never thought I'd be subscribed to like a supply chain newsletter, but like I'm like watching ocean freight news and I'm like, oh my gosh, Maersk is like routing ships around the southern tip of Africa because there's pirates in the canal. Like they're
Right.
doing things that are different. I'm like, why is this my life? Why am I paying attention to this now? But it's just a reality of where we're at as an industry. The supply chain is still recovering post COVID, and so it's really hard to get
Yeah.
components and equipment, especially internationally. And so it's definitely one of the biggest things that we spend time focusing on. I have weekly supply chain meetings with our supply chain team. Like, okay, what are we low stock on? What's the lead time? What do we need to do to get it here? And so we have orders that are waiting on components that have been waiting on components for a couple weeks and or more in some cases. And that's always hard to have a conversation with a customer where it's like, yeah, this DC to DC converter is out of stock and it's not going to be in stock for another 8 weeks. I'm sorry. Like, we're going to work on it. We'll get more. We'll get it to you as fast as we can. So anybody that's tried to navigate that on their own is like thankful that we're navigating it for them. But anybody that's new to it is like doesn't understand. There's like 60 components that we got to source from all over the world to make this thing work, and it's complicated. That's a big part of it. And then yeah, diving into like what specifically is a bottleneck. I think transmission adapter plates is the one that comes to mind of like,
Interesting.
there's not a lot of manufacturers for transmission adapter plates, and they're often made off of molds. And so you have to order them in larger batches to be able to get them at low cost. And so it just creates complications for the manufacturer, because they're like, okay, I have one for this obscure year vehicle that we have designed, but I need 8 more to be able to do a run that I can make these at an affordable price. And so that's something that will change with volume as the industry gets bigger. But that's something that has been I think a big bottleneck for builders. It's like they're waiting for 3 months sometimes for a transmission adapter plate. And it's like everything's mounted and ready to go. I just need to be able to mate the motor to the transmission. Like, how long will that take? And that's always tough when somebody's ready to go and they have to wait for a part.
Yeah, that's super fascinating. You actually say that. I should talk with you offline. But there is a couple of guys locally that have a CNC shop that are actually looking. They were asking me if there's a need for that, and I figured there was. Their focus is really traditional 4x4s, old G wagons, and Defenders.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I mean that's really interesting, and that totally makes sense. But I can definitely intro you to them if that fits with you guys. But
yeah, for sure.
have there ever been anything? I mean, it sounds like and it totally makes sense the way you guys are doing stuff. But has your team ever looked at manufacturing certain things yourselves, or is that kind of still out of the realm of being practical for the team?
It's not that it's not practical for us. The opportunity has arisen countless times for us, but we are laser focused as a company on being a parts distributor. And the importance of like staying away from manufacturing as a parts distributor is we don't want to manufacture a product that competes with our vendor partners. We want to just support the products that manufacturers make the best that we can. And that allows us to stay laser focused on how can we sell your product better? How can we support it better? And then how can we help find opportunities to create other products that can support it better? And so we have open dialogue with our manufacturing partners of like, we need XYZ products to better support what you've designed out there in the wild. And that just helps us stay laser focused. There's definitely an opportunity, and we've definitely been like tempted by it in the past, but have definitely stayed focused on we're a parts distributor, we're not a manufacturer. Let's let the manufacturers manufacture, and we will support.